for next year's Terminator Genesis. I don't know if you've heard anything about that, but if it's going to be Arnold Schwarzenegger, it will be reprising his role as the Terminator. And I'm not so sure. I haven't done a whole lot of reading about the movie, but from what little I've gathered, it's supposed to be a reboot. But if it's a reboot, why does it have Arnold in it? I don't know. I could be wrong on that whole reboot idea. I'll have to read some more about that and talk about it on another show sometime. Anyway, this teaser trailer, I've seen it. It's a whopping 15 seconds long, kind of boring, and is the epitome of the word teaser. So don't get much out of the trailer. Speaking of teaser trailers, in case you live under a social media rock, you know that the teaser trailer for the new Star Wars movie was released last Friday. It is also a very big tease. Really doesn't really tell you a whole lot about the movie's plot. Doesn't show any of the I don't want to say main characters, because I don't think they're actually the main characters, but the original cast doesn't show any of those guys. It does show, however, the back of a villain walking through a tour. I'm guessing it's the villain. Let's just say that. Walking through this forest with a really weird-looking lightsaber. I got to tell you, this thing is I've been trying to contemplate this thing ever since I saw the trailer. It's just weird looking. It looks like a cross. I question its functionality. The movie itself, of course, is going to be released next December. But the debut of the official trailer will be in May in front of the Age of Ultron, Avengers Age of Ultron movie. So I guess Marvel Studios thought we needed another reason to go watch Age of Ultron. I was going to talk about my favorite Star Wars characters, since we were talking about Star Wars just now. And I'm not just going to list mine. I've actually got some submissions from other folks. Let's see. Should I go over others or mine first? Let's go over others first. The first one comes to me from a Twitter follower by the name of Ashley Phoenix. And she left a little small description of her choices and why she picked them. Her first one was R2-D2, who she says is the real hero of the movies. Number 2 is Han Solo, the charming, rogue, chaotic good hero. 3 is Boba Fett, the determined bounty hunter who trained for vengeance. 4 is Padme, or Queen Amidala, a graceful, beautiful girl power, showing a time for diplomacy and time for war. Number 5 was Darth Talon, underrated Twi'lek Sith Lord with red skin, Sith tats, and a wicked cool fighting style. 6 is Yoda, the small green wise one. Chewbacca is number 7, the best sidekick ever of all time, aside from Short Round, who, interestingly enough, was also a Harrison Ford sidekick. Number 8, Darth Vader, a character that shows the full circle of what extreme emotions can do to a person. Number 9, Princess Leia. She was no damsel in distress. She totally saved Luke and Han's ass. Plus everything her mother, but in harder times. Number 10, Lando Calrissian. The man was a deal maker and knew not only how to save his skin, but to profit and still managed to be a hero. 11, Darth Maul. Interracial baby with dual-bladed lightsaber and a fighting style very few possess. And number 12, she has a tie for Kit Fisto and Isla Secura, the forbidden interracial love couple of the Jedi. His smile and her looks, who could resist? My next list comes from my buddy Lefty, a.k.a. Dave. His number 1 is Yoda. Number 2, Corran Horn. 3, Mara Jade Skywalker. 4, Luke Skywalker. 5, Han Solo. 6, Leia Organa Solo. 7, he has a tie for Jaina Solo, Jason Solo, and Anakin Solo. Number 8 was Boba Fett. Number 9, Mace Windu. And number 10, Kip Duran. Looks like a lot of his come from the expanded universe, more so than the regular movies, which I'm okay with because I really enjoy the expanded universe. Now my list, and I'm going to actually go in reverse order. Trying to count how many I've got on my list. I've got 11. So, and in the chat room, Rowdy Ricky says, well, he wasn't asked. So, Ricky, why don't you go ahead and give us your list while I'm going through mine? Just type it in there in the chat room. Okay, number 11, Emperor Palpatine. Number 10, Ulic Qel-Drama. He is from the expanded universe. 9, Boba Fett. 8, Han Solo. 7 is Galen Merrick, who is otherwise known as Star Killer, if you're familiar with the Star Wars Force Unleashed video games. Next is Yoda. 5 is Obi-Wan Kenobi. 4 is Darth Bane, another from the expanded universe. 4, another one from the expanded universe, Exar Kun. Number 2, Darth Vader. And at the number 1 spot, another expanded universe character, Kur Kanos. And if you don't know anything about him, he is essentially a former Emperor's Royal Guard. And if you are interested in reading about that, he's only in the comic books from what I understand. And just go try to track down some trade. I know they have them in trade paperback. A storyline called Crimson Empire. So go check it out. All right, Rowdy Ricky's got a few on here. Number 1, Yoda. Good choice. Number 2, Admiral Thrawn. I think he spelled that wrong. Number 3, more typos, Darth Vader, not Darth Vader. Number 4, Anakin Skywalker. And I guess he's just listing as 4. I guess that'll work. Anyway, so that is it for the Geek Minute. We're going to go ahead and take a break, and when I come back, we're going to be talking about whether or not voting matters. We'll be back in a few, folks.
This is Vigilant Liberty Radio News from Independent Journal Review for December 3rd. The city of Detroit, struggling to recover from severe economic difficulties, was hit with a massive power outage Tuesday. The outage spread from the Joe Louis Arena, home of the Detroit Red Wings, to Wayne State University, and was likely caused by a cable failure. This is not the first massive power outage the city has experienced. It had similar issues in July of this year and back in September of 2013. Schools, jails, traffic lights, and government buildings all lost power. Schools are currently following a half-day dismissal schedule, and power is being slowly restored to the city. Many areas remained in the dark into Tuesday evening. President Obama has called for $75 million to equip police officers with body cameras in the wake of the grand jury decision in Ferguson, Missouri. Meant to record interaction between citizens and officers, the cameras are part of the Obama administration's 3-year, $236 million plan to train police officers and update equipment in their departments. State and local governments will be responsible for paying for the other half of the camera costs. Coca-Cola has pulled its milk campaign ads for its lactose-free milk product Fairlife after receiving criticism that the images were outdated, sexist, and offensive. In the ads, women are seen wearing clothing made of milk under taglines including, quote, drink what she's wearing, and, quote, milk with flair. The photographer, Yaroslav Vychochevich, was chosen to photograph the images because of his Milky Pinups calendar, which recreated pinup-era images using milk. IJ Review reports Fairlife retired the ads back in June after negative feedback from 2 test markets before the planned December launch. The company reports they plan to take a new approach. And 4 years after disappearing from his home in Florida, a teenage boy has been reunited with his mother and family after being found hidden in a crawl space of a Jonesboro, Georgia house. The boy's father, Gregory Jean, and his wife, Samantha Davis, were arrested. They were charged with false imprisonment, obstruction, and child cruelty. The teen used a Magic Jack device and an old cell phone to send texts and pictures to his mother, who contacted authorities and located the boy. The boy is currently in the custody of Child Services and will be reunited with his family in the near future. This has been Amy Curtis with your Vigilant Liberty Radio News for December 3rd.
Welcome to the
This is Liz Harrison, and you know, I have no idea how many times people have told me conservative women can't be sexy. Well, we can prove them wrong. Listen here on Vigilant Liberty Radio, Friday nights at 11 p.m. Eastern, the Conservative Feminist Show, where the ladies are kink-servative.
Hi, I'm Dustin Hoyt with America Our Way, and you can hear me right here on Vigilant Liberty Radio at 10/9 Central on Thursday nights. We bring you the best in political commentary from the right-wing, conservative, libertarian perspectives coming together and bringing the best content on the internet. Be sure to tune in every week for your favorite shows. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
Ho, ho, ho! Santa Claus here! Holidays got you down? Wishing you could just get away from them for a while? Well, join my buddy Steve Long on Liberty Unfiltered Radio, Wednesday nights on Vigilant Liberty Radio. Tune in and there won't be any coal in your stocking this year. Ho, ho, ho!
Hi, this is Alan Bordius of theirfinesthour.net. Catch me here on VLR Monday nights and also on Tuesday nights on the Roundtable of Extreme Liberty.
We can't think of anyone
All
who,
right, you are
except for people
back
who wouldn't
on
want
Liberty
to talk.
Unfiltered. I'm your host, Steve Long.
Okay.
You are listening to us on Vigilant Liberty Radio and also streaming over at K98 Talk and
Maybe
the Spark
argument's
Radio
not
Network.
strong enough.
In just a
Maybe
minute,
the what?
we're going to bring on a
The
couple
argument's
of
not strong
girls
enough.
from the Tulsa area, some Liberty
Well,
activists, and we're all going to talk about
You have to.
whether or not
It's your
voting
patriotic
matters.
duty.
So let me go ahead and
Gotta
bring
vote.
them on.
That is a strong enough argument right there.
Lisa and Joanna, are you with me?
Hello.
Okay, great. You are live now. Thanks for joining me here.
All right, thanks for having us.
Yeah, I've had you guys on before. It's always been a fun time talking to you.
Totally.
So tonight we're going to talk about whether or not voting matters. If you want, you can kind of just jump in and give me your thoughts, and we can just kind of have a little roundtable discussion about it.
Okay. Well, I assume when you say, does voting matter, you're saying, does voting do any good.
Yeah, is it a waste of time?
Sure. Well,